All right, so I got a couple guys here. I'm going to describe them first. I'll give you the names afterwards. So every year we try to make sure that people are on the right side of the. We can put it up here. That's fine. We're on the right side of the ball, and sometimes they find themselves in the wrong huddle, on the wrong team. They always need to be reminded of the other left that they need to go on, things like that. So when we make funny remarks like "go north" and "oh my goodness, where is north?" So these are directionally challenged individuals that, as they mature, will find their way somewhere on Earth to be. We got Bjorn Nelson and Cadence Farhall. There we go.
There you go, kids.
There you go.
Spin around.
All right, as you can see on the video there, we have some talent on our show. And they show their talent sometimes holding a ball, and sometimes they show their talent when they're dancing. So we call this, and thank you to Coach Ernest Ray for his help in selecting these folks. We call this the Dancing with the Stars Award. Right. So we got three guys that can come up, they can shake their booty or whatever when they win these awards. We got Mr. Benham, Walchuk, and Wangus. Come on. All right, so we got this little award for unique individual. As disciplined as he is, you tell him to do something, jump off a bridge, do whatever, he will do it. Then we discovered that he's very hard on himself. When he comes back and he made a small mistake we didn't even see, he's very disappointed in himself. Because he's learning how to be human. And he also learned how to smile, even after he drank from the cup. I think we got him to do a little bit of that. So Ranger, come on up and get your roll out.
He's so mad at me. Go home.
We all knew who it was.
All right.
Buddy knew who it was.
So we have a little microphone here. Hey,
What you doing?
I gotta tell a little story. So this is a microphone, not because I want this person to say the same song over and over again. It's just to recognize his talent, or as he would call it, something else in the shower, I'm sure. He got to the point where, he's singing this song, "Hello, my friends." And he only knows 3 words out of the whole song. He just keeps saying it over and over again. So we would like you to say it into the mic for the rest of the off season, okay? I managed to figure out how to get him to stop singing. What was the name of the song again?
I love you.
That's right.
You love me.
Okay, so I accidentally discovered one day that he hates the Barney song. It's the only thing to get him to stop singing, so come on up, Mr. Hall. Yeah, we got the biggest coach and the biggest player back to back. We got a little bottleneck, feels like Anthony. so it never fails that as much as we have repeated winters every year, we have a number of kids that come to practice dressed with less and less every day that it gets colder. And so for those that don't know, I got my old lunchbox. It's a Thor lunchbox, yes it is. And anytime a kid came, which was quite often, need a glove, whatever, I'd say, go see Thor, he'll save your life, right? So we have these 4 people that are well-deserving because they never bring their stuff. In fact, I saw one guy not only put gloves on his hands, but he put it in his ears. Right? So these are the recipients of the Frozen Like a Popsicle Award. Mr. Doucette, McKendry, Hughes is not here, and Mr. Cullen. Come on up. You can put them in your ears. You get this, Mr. Popsicle. Alright, so, players aren't the only people that should get an award, I think. As you saw in the pictures there, we had a coach that came with unique headwear. It reminded me of, like, if I was Ukrainian, I'd call him my Baba. In his defense, I think it actually is a fairly good piece of headgear. He's an athlete himself. He runs marathons and things like that, which I cannot do. I never did and I never will. But I think what he needs is another set of headgear. Come on up, Coach Tyler. All right, so settle down, children. There's also a set of group. Well, first of all, we try to be on time all the time as coaches, right? We try to be there. You should see the commitment that we have to do. We have to basically leave our first wives and come and to practice and be there early and get ready. And you know what? We emphasize that to players to do the same. But time and time again, when they come at 10 after, half hour, whatever it is, through practice, they tend to come a little bit on the late side. So we got them a kitten. Thank you to my daughter, Trin, for choosing these out for you fellas. Little kittens, daytimers. All right, so that the next time, next year, you can come and apply these lessons to come to practice on time. So, Mr. Kozowski, Bolchuk, Bollock, Shavardi, Jonah, and Faulkner, come on up.
No, you carry that real quick. Sit them for half a game. Parents will never be late again. Why is my son not playing?
Actually, I want to pay a special compliment to Shavardi there. First time this year I saw his shoelaces tied. So Ramirez doesn't have to do a lap because he forgot to tell him, right? Okay, just a couple more. We have some special folks here who enjoy their hair more than they enjoy anything else in the world. Alright? And maybe it's just me, but because I don't have any hair, but they would come with colors, they would come with style, all sorts of weird stuff. Very, very characteristic of their personality. So for them, we're going to give them a comb, and it's not a used comb, it's a brand new comb, so they can come well dressed in a style that is all their own. So Mr. Twaniak, DeRosa is not here, and Mr. Howells. Are you here? Mr. Howells, come on up. younger, he did look like Caillou, right? When you see him? Okay, so I want to call these guys up first so I can talk about them. Mr. Ramirez, Rogavin, and Rate, come on up. Just come on up right here. Right here. Give him a hand. So this is a really old award that we used to. Can you hear me back there? Because I mumble a lot. All right. This is an old award that we give to groups of individuals and people who are recognized for the boo-boos that they have. And so let me tell you a few stories about every one of them. So Mr. Ramirez, I drive him to and from practice, and when I pick up Ryland from his house, then Bjorn and me and Ryland, we each say to each other, is he injured or not injured? We play that game every day. Injured or not injured? Because he goes to school, and believe it or not, almost the whole year round, we were plagued with injuries, not at football, but at school and recess. And so he would come with any amount of injuries to his body, and we'd always check in. So sometimes Ryland would win, sometimes Bjorn would win. Whoever guessed the right thing, if he's injured or not, it was yes or no. We never did know, did we? How many injuries did you get this year? You can't even count them. All right, so he's the recipient of one of them. Mr. Rate, you know what? He had quite a few injuries. I didn't have enough Kleenex for the amount of times that I pulled him off the field, right? And even actually, to his credit, he came even with an injured area down below there, and a few other things. So again, you know what? A lot of effort to keep him healthy, and I think he even got injured in the last game, right? Absolutely. Come off the field. Big red mark. He had a big red mark. Everybody say, wow. Just kidding. I met Rate's brother. Is he here tonight? I met him at the school the other day. Oh yeah, and I asked him, is Rate okay? He's like, don't worry about it. He forgot about his brother after that. No big deal. So Mr. Rogavin here, first-time player, and his dad and I played football for a while back. And you know, I quickly learned that he loves tape. He completely adores tape. He tapes his socks before he puts them on, like it's the bottom of the socks, inside before he puts his shoes on. And then he doesn't like it, and he retapes it a couple times, 3, 4, 5 times. So it got to the point where I don't tape him up anymore. He knows this already. I give him a half a roll of tape every game. Don't tell Tony. All right? I give him a half a roll of tape, and you should see him smile, just like he is now. With a half a roll of tape in his hand so he can have his business for the first 20 minutes, no problem. So all three guys are going to get an award that reflects their courage in football. Congratulate them. Holy what crowd, this looks just like you, doesn't it? Good job. So what we gave them was sorry to not explain that, but what we gave them is a little doll that's taped up from neck to toe and arm to arm, so that they understand how much effort it took to keep you guys healthy. So congratulations again. All right, so for those that have been here more than 1 year, or maybe a couple of years, you'll recognize this award. Pardon my French, this is called the I Can't Catch a Darn Thing Award. Now, there was a time when almost all of our receivers caught the ball. All right, they caught the ball when the time came. But between those times that they caught the ball, they perfected the art of receiving. And by the way, Saltero, one of the best quarterbacks in our league. What do you think? So Saltero would throw a thread right to them. And the receivers, these guys, these 4 recipients, would find that ball, they'd find the shadow, find the ball, and perfect the art of bouncing it off their face every time. And you can tell they did push-ups like crazy. So this year, we have 3 receivers, and probably maybe the first time ever that we actually have a defensive back who missed a bingo like 6,000 times. So those guys who are receiving of that, oh here, Mr. Painshell, Kelly Carlson, and Andrew Bedard, come on up.
Now you can do their own laundry.
Can you guess now?
Okay, last two awards here. All right, so you guys hold your voice for a moment because you're gonna want to say his name really fast. I'm gonna. We had a coach that was enthusiastic beyond belief, and he's American, so of course he's enthusiastic. He makes mistakes, he does anything, but he does it like full blast, right? So I'm gonna say, describe what this is. And you guys can shout out his last name. You're gonna say Coach, whatever. Oh. Okay. So who do you think should deserve a box of animal cookies? Absolutely. Okay, so last award, one of our more memorable players, and I've known him since he was Adam, and that happens to be his first name. So, you know what, like at the beginning of the year, in his defense, he spends a lot of time trying to get players enthusiastic and show a good example and all these good things, but once in a while, maybe more than once in a while, we had occasion to record some of the really funny things that he would say. And you know what? So I'm going to read out a couple of these things, and you guys will know what I'm talking about here. So this reminds me of university when I was a psych major, and we studied people and their behavior. But so these are just a handful of things that Adam would say. All right, his excuses would be: my pants fell down, my hands are sticky, he tripped me, I didn't see it, I need new cleats, I need water, I'm cold, he's too low to hit, he ran away from me, I have a cramp, my feet are slipping on the floor, I can't tie my shoes, or I can tie my shoes, but I like the way you do it, Coach. Why do you always give me carrots? My ribs hurt. He was too wide, he hit my arm. I need a hand warmer. The ball is slippery. Anyway, that was half of the ones that we wrote down this year. Come on up, Adam, get this. Adam is very proud of himself, so please come up and enjoy with him and come read some of the things that he'd like to share with you. Okay, thank you very much.